What's up, guys? Coach Laird coming at you. It's cleaning day at LT, working and organizing some things, but I wanted to kind of address some Mythbusters around velocity development programs. Well, the good velocity development programs. If you're ever working on increasing your velocity, first and foremost, before you do anything else, if you're not lifting consistently in the weight room, hard, heavy, moving fast, if you're not eating right, you're not sleeping right, you're not allowing your body to grow, that's where you start first. Second of all, in good velocity programs, we teach, work, and develop those things. So for instance, the amount of throwing that we do is very minimal compared to everything else that we do. The majority of the work that we do is learning. Let me start with rotation. So being able to rotate fast and explosively. Like, we focus on being able to rotate fast and explosively in velocity development programs first and foremost, as well as the arm care, but we'll talk about rotation first. So with the rotation development, the thing that people forget is that rotation development starts with being able to apply force to the ground. So being able to perform plyometrics, be able to be explosive and strong and apply force to the ground is your number one thing. Without that, you can't rotate fast and explosively. You look at any boxer, anybody, any hitter, they need ground force in order to create that maximum torque. So that's the first thing we focus on. We work on plyometrics, lower body strength, period. You apply more force on the ground, you're gonna throw harder, you're gonna be able to use your body and move your body quicker, right? So second thing, which I'm talking about, is your arm care, is teaching your kids and teaching these athletes, no matter how much of a beginner they are or how advanced they are, is an arm care and an arm strength program. Something that really matches and fits their needs from a mobility perspective, a weakness perspective. Everybody's got individualized weaknesses and strengths, right? For the most part, there's a lot of them that get covered, right? The majority of them get covered with certain issues, like obviously, thoracic spine mobility, hip mobility, strengthening and making sure we take care of the low back. There's a lot of those factors that are involved with velocity development programs and just becoming a healthy baseball player too, right? But on top of those things, it's you got to think about everything in a good program is building the base. You're building the tree. You're not building a branch. Everybody that thinks that you're just throwing all the time, if you're just throwing bullpens all the time, we program throughout the year. So we have a 6-month program in the off season. People have the option to come to 3-month. 3-month is great, but if you're really looking for development wise, you need all 6 months of an off season to really work on these things. It's people play fall ball and they're playing these games. They're trying to do this stuff year round, and I'm all for playing games. But the fact of the matter is, if you're not where you're at physically, it's just silly to play more games, because that's not what's going to develop your tools. But for instance, we don't throw. We have kind of dead periods and low periods and shutdown periods that we develop and work into the program for certain pitchers that have thrown a lot of innings. That way, we can kind of get their body right and get their any issues, mobility issues or strength issues that they have, and kind of straighten them out from that aspect of things. So a good velocity development program, like the one that we run, works on the whole body, but also works on the mind and works on the mental toughness aspect of things. It starts in the weight room in here, right? It starts with the nutrition. We talk about nutrition. We talk about sleep. We talk about the importance of recovery. We talk about, high days, low days, medium days. We talk about your pre, during, and your post work that you have to do. There's so much that's encapsulated with this, and there's so much developed with this. For us, we used to just do pitching lessons and strength and conditioning, and then we kind of meshed the two and started doing velocity development programs, because everybody's always chasing velocity, but there's a healthy and a better way to do it than just trying to throw as hard as you can, just throwing any weighted ball that comes your way. You have to do things right. You have to have some sort of organized plan, periodization, and what you're doing. A lot of people call it on-ramping and building up into the season. There's a lot of reasons why you need to be able to prepare your body. This is something that is just it's so advantageous. If you're doing the right thing in the weight room, you're training with the right instructor, it can help you out tremendously. Again, the ones that are just trying to throw as hard as they can, they're throwing over and over and over and over and over, and they're not talking about volume, not controlling the volume, those are the ones that you want to stay away from. Coach Laird, out.